Afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, everyone. It's on. What a crazy few days in the world of boxing. Like, we should just be talking about Canelo GGG. That massive trilogy happens in a few days. But the last 48 hours, over here at least, have been crazy. I mean, 2 days ago, I heard that Lee Wood, Mauricio Lara is off. Lee Wood injured. Yesterday, Senior tried to pull out Junior from the big fight against Conor Benn. And then today, AJ's team have released a statement to say, look, we've accepted your terms, Tyson Fury. This fight now looks like it will take place December the 3rd, and I think we're hearing it will be the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. All that has happened in the last, 24, 36 hours. Honestly, crazy. For our own sanity, let's just confirm that the Eubank Jr. Conor Benn fight is on, people. Yesterday I made a video saying is it on or off. Kelly Sowland, Eubank's promoter, has said the fight is on. Everyone associated with Ben's side has said the fight is on. We've not heard from both fighters, but I think it's fair to say the fight is on. I did a podcast today with Gareth A. Davis. Just before we came on the podcast, he spoke to Robert Smith, the General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control. He said, look, the fight is on. We are going to monitor Eubank's weight just to make sure that he's making the weight properly, but the fight's on. So yeah, that fight will happen. I do wonder if Eubank Jr. goes against Senior. Obviously, Senior wants to pull him from the fight. I do wonder if Eubank Senior will now be part of the team going forward, right? I know he's dad, but you don't want someone that's trying to pull you from the fight in your corner, or do you? I don't know. But look, at least that fight is happening. We're led to believe. Another fight that looks like it's happening, as I mentioned at the top, is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Now, look, when Tyson Fury did this call out, what was it, a week ago? Like most of you, it's difficult to take Tyson Fury seriously. This is a guy who a few months ago said he's retired, then he called out Chisora, then it looked like it was going to be Usyk. But the call out was genuine, it seemed. But then there seemed to be hurdles sort of put in front of the call out. Like, okay, AJ said December 17th. Fury was like, nope, November 26th or December the 3rd. Now, AJ's like succumbed to all of, it looks like, Tyson Fury's demands, and we now wait to hear what Tyson Fury is going to say. I think Frank Warren has said that he will send the contract over today, and it looks like the fight's going to happen. In a weird way, like, I've always said that this is the biggest British fight ever. And I was saying that before AJ suffered back-to-back defeats. I still think it is. And I know there might be an historian out there that's going to say, no, it isn't. But financially, it definitely is. But I thought it was more than financially the biggest before. I thought it was just the biggest. With AJ having lost 3 of his last 5, it does take away that magical stardust. But it still is a great fight. It really is. I know some people have already tweeted me saying, oh, Ade, man, come on, what's the point of this? Fury destroys him. I mean, Fury destroys everyone. So what does that mean? Like, we shouldn't see number 1 versus, what's AJ, number 3? I mean, is it that bad a matchup? Of course it isn't. And stylistically, I still think AJ can cause him problems. Fury is the favourite, we know that. But it's still a fight that everyone will tune in to watch. It's going to do ridiculously big numbers. And I think the thing that maybe helped AJ is that he didn't get bashed up by Usyk, right? This wasn't a case of him nearly getting knocked out or, he suffered a knockdown. It wasn't that. He had a good 12 rounds under his belt. He now will go into another fight camp with Robert Garcia. He is fit. He is healthy. He's ready to go. And credit to AJ as well. I mean, I said there were 2 options with AJ. And by the way, none of the options were Tyson Fury. I said there were 2 options. Have a long break. Right? That was my first option. Have a long break, mentally tune out, or get straight back on the horse. The straight back on the horse wasn't Fury. I was talking about straight back on the horse with someone that he could knock out. So he's like, fuck those 2 options. Give me the best. So you have to credit him for doing this. I almost feel like he almost had to do this. Like, regardless of whether or not AJ wins or loses this fight, he can't be in the same era as Tyson Fury, around the same age as him, and having not fought him. It can't happen. It can't happen. For Tyson Fury wants to be in the discussion to become an all-time great. And I've always said that for me, Fury's CV is far too light for that. In recent times, he's tried to bolster it. Another Wilder fight, a Dillian White fight, now this fight, potentially an Usyk fight. It's starting to get a bit thicker. So that's what Fury wants. And Fury's also, let's not pretend he's taking AJ when AJ's at his lowest here. It's happening. But there's almost this weird thing playing in my head a bit. And look, maybe this is me as an AJ fan. I remember when Wilder done the same thing to Fury. When Wilder called out Fury, when Fury was at his lowest, having just, beat a couple of bums, got off the seat, 30 stone, you know the story. Wilder and his team certainly thought it was a cherry pick. They thought it was a cherry pick, and it was a cherry pick that went wrong. And there's something about Fury calling out AJ at his worst here that I'm thinking, easy. Don't get me wrong. Look, I don't think Fury will take AJ lightly whatsoever. I think Fury will train like a madman. But it would be interesting, and it would make for a better storyline, I think, if AJ won this, just for the sake of boxing. I think it would. But look, I'm excited. It looks like it will go ahead. Again, it doesn't have that same pull to me as it would have a year ago. I remember I made a ton of videos a year ago when there was a talk about AJ versus Fury. This was prior to AJ fighting Usyk. And I was like, oh my God, this is massive. AJ had come off the Pulev win, and it looked like it was going to happen. Then, charge me anything. Honestly, £300 pay-per-view, I'm buying it. Then, now, it doesn't have that pull. Maybe because we've got so much to go between now and December. There's so many fights that are going to happen. Look at the fight of the weekend. We've got Conor Ben Eubank. We've got Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker. So there's so much. But it doesn't quite have that pull. Not yet. It will get there, but it doesn't. For AJ, and I was thinking about this. I know Adam Cattrall a week ago said it's a free hit. It isn't a free hit with AJ. If he loses this, mentally, I don't know where he's going to be. If AJ gets bashed up by Fury, and that could happen, by the way, and he loses 4 out of his last 6, that's a big problem. That's a big, big problem. Again, you rewind sort of 4 or 5 years ago, AJ was the king of boxing. Unbeaten, had literally knocked out everyone he had fought apart from, at the time, I think, Joseph Parker. And he was on top of the world. Fast forward now, and it's Fury dictating the terms to AJ. I never thought that would happen. It's crazy. So it's definitely not a free hit. AJ is a superstar. If he does get bashed up by Fury, yes, I know people will say, but there's loads of fights for him out there. I get that. But mentally, I do wonder what that would do to him. You can't get in the habit of losing. And that would be 4 out of his last 6, his last 3 in a row. I would love AJ to do this. I don't think he will do it, but I'd love him to do it. But look, it looks like it's going to happen. It'll be a split pay-per-view, DAZN and BT Sports. It will do crazy numbers. It will sell out in seconds. Honestly. I can't wait. Imagine, oh my God, I just thought about it. Surely there's a face-off. I wonder if Tyson Fury will try and pull me because they know I like AJ. But surely there's a face-off. Surely. Who does the stuff for BT Sport? Frampton, isn't it? It's Frampton. Surely there have to be a Matchroom face-off. No, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. But look, for now, it does look like the fight's going to happen. I'm excited for it. Terms have been agreed, and we just now wait to see when Frank Warren's going to send his contract over. But December the 3rd, 60-40 split in the rematch, because there will be a rematch clause put in by Fury's side here. 50-50 split in the rematch, if there is any need for a rematch. But again, just remember, Wilder almost cherry-picking Fury when he thought Fury was going to be easy work, and that didn't quite work out. Fury is, I wouldn't say cherry-picking AJ, because you can't cherry-pick the 3rd or 4th best heavyweight on the planet, but there is a bit of, I'm going to pick someone after he's been bashed up twice back-to-back. Interested. All right, let's see if there's any news before we wrap. What's this? Eddie Hearn, Canelo Triple G will go to war in 3rd fight. No way it goes 12 rounds. Eddie said that before about so many other fights. I'm going to do a video about that tonight. I will probably release it whilst I'm in Vegas. I leave for Vegas tomorrow morning. I think I'm interviewing. It's crazy. I'm interviewing. I know I'm interviewing GGG. I find that just insane. I am a huge Golovkin fan. The idea, And people, please keep pushing. Honestly, if you're one of those people that are doing this YouTube boxing thing, keep pushing, because the idea of me having my own time with GGG is crazy. Honestly, I find it, I've not even thought about the questions yet, but I definitely will be sitting down with GGG like I sat down with Bivol before. And I will admit to GGG that I'm your biggest fan, brother. Your biggest fan. Hopefully I get a GGG hat as well. I'm collecting all this bloody stuff. You never know when this is going to end, do you? A bit here about Jamal Charlo no longer facing assault charge after state of Texas files motion to dismiss who's been paid. Lomachenko is back, isn't he? He's taken on, I think it's Jermaine Ortiz. I don't know too much about Ortiz. I'll read that closer to the time. What else have we got here? Okay, this is interesting. Canelo Golovkin 3 pay-per-view price for non-DAZN subscribers in the US is $84.99, which I still think is a lot cheaper than what it normally is, I think. Isn't like, what was Canelo Caleb Plant pay-per-view price? Let's have a quick look. I think that was around 100. I think. Let's have a check. Oh no, wait a minute. No, I think $79.99. They've gone higher than that. That's interesting. That's risky. They've gone higher than that. I know it's only, well, $5, but it's still higher. What is it for current DAZN subscribers? Okay, if you are a DAZN subscriber, then you can get it for $64.99. What's it in the UK? In the UK, wait. Okay, they've gone up a bit, you know. So it was Dimitri Bivol versus Canelo was $79.99, and for the DAZN subscriber it was $59.99. So they've gone up a bit on this. We'll see what kind of numbers it can do. I'm not quite sure. Like, I wonder what their hope is. I don't think, I almost feel like 1 million nowadays is unrealistic. Like that, yeah, I'm not quite sure if anyone hits that anymore. I think they would be happy with anywhere between 5 to 750,000 buys maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Looking forward to getting out there and just doing loads of stuff. I think I'm doing quite a bit. I think I'm on the broadcast as well, which is nuts. But even if I'm not on the broadcast, and I hope I am, just to be ringside to watch it is crazy. But I think I am doing some other bits. What else? De La Hoya. This is on Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Any Al Heyman fighter is going to be a problem for making fights. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's the fight everyone wants. And, you know, I spoke to Ryan Garcia after his win against Fortuna, and all he wanted was Gervonta. That's all he spoke about was Gervonta Davis. And now I'm not quite sure what's going on. Anything else before we wrap? I think that is kind of it. Yeah, that's really it, guys. I'm going to do a couple of videos tonight or tomorrow morning. Tonight, I want to do a video on Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, what the hell is going on, and we're also apologies, going to do a video on Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. I think Golovkin's got a really good chance in this fight. I said this about Bivol, and a lot of you guys laughed at me, and who was laughing last? So we'll see. But guys, have a great evening. Peace.